Amberlynn Reid is all over the place. She's all over the internet. We got her on TikTok. We got her over on the YT. But let's start out with her TikTok. She first, in one of the videos, she explains how she weighs food. She was explaining that a serving, say it's so many grams, she's showing us on the scale as if we're that slow and don't know how to use a scale. How she weighs out her Justin's honey peanut butter, as if that was a big deal. But anyway, in the shirt she's wearing a shirt, it says, "I'm fun-sized." I'm just going to leave that there. So she did her Monday weigh-in. She claims even if she didn't have a scale or any way to weigh herself, she would know for certain that she has lost weight because she says she's breathing better, she's moving better, her clothes are fitting her better, and she just has tons more of energy. So last Monday, she was at 537.4. This Monday, she is down to 527.6. She is down for the week 9.8 pounds. And for the two-week total, she is down 21 pounds. That's wonderful. I cannot remember a time where she consistently lost weight for 2 weeks. I really can't, because usually by, the end of the first week, she's over it. So she is actually doing very well. And, like I say, even as much as these people, things they do might get under my skin, I always give credit where credit is due, and she is doing great on her weight loss so far. 21 pounds in 2 weeks, that's very good for her. So she shows up on the YT. She was live for about 22 minutes, something like that. She titles it, "I'm Back Again," is the name of the stream. She starts out saying, "I'm still around. I'm over on the Tic-Tac Paddywhack." Now that, I think, is so stupid when she says the Tic-Tac Paddywhack. It's TikTok. We're not singing some toddler preschool song, Tic-Tac Paddywhack. Come on, Amberlynn. So anyways, she says that she's just popping in, and she's got still yet another strange personality going on. She's talking about, the hair is frizzy today, but that's okay. And, just a whole different persona again. And somebody in the chat asks her, what is with your personality? Do you even know who you are? And she reads this question. And she says, well, people with borderline, with BPT, they have no sense of self. So, and she explains she usually thinks she's acting her authentic self. Is she hanging around Stephanie Jenkins? Authentic? Wouldn't that be a pair? Oh, Anyway, she says, she thinks she's acting being herself, completely herself, being her authentic self. And people will say, well, what personality, whose personality is that? And she's like, mine. She really has no clue who she is. We've discussed this at length before. She takes on the personality of whoever she is around. Now, I'm always watching reaction channels over there on the YT. And in the past couple of her Tic-Tac Paddywhack videos, her What I Ate Today videos, they have slowed these down and taken out some of the background noise and stuff. And it appears, in a couple of them, it sounds like maybe glasses clinking in the background. People are speculating, is someone there with her? And who is it? Because it's more than likely not Emily or Tommy or whatever you want to call her. Because, she's already made her once yearly visit to see Amberlynn. So we won't see her in Oklahoma till another year from now. And we know she's not going to ask Amberlynn to go to Wisconsin. No, not after last time. She couldn't get Amber to leave. Amber was there a good 3 months. So, who is Amberlynn hanging around that she has taken on their personality? Because she's never acted like this before. This is completely crazy. She says that she's coming back to the YT. But she's not monetized. Someone asked her if she's monetized. She said no. She doesn't know when she'll be monetized. And someone asked her, well, what are you having for a snack tonight? And she tells them, oh, baby girl, check that out on the TikTok. I put everything I eat every day. Check me out on TikTok. And someone asked her about her weight loss or whatever, check me out on TikTok. She is pushing this TikTok so hard, and I can't see that she's making very much money on it. Her views aren't even hitting 50,000 because we have seen before she was been so mass reported because of her disorders, this food content. TikTok isn't liking that. You know, when she's sitting there, and doing all this while eating, and she has known disorders. No, TikTok said she was no longer eligible for the For You page. So people have to search her out. So her views are terrible. So, but she is pushing this TikTok really hard. I don't see how she's making anything really. And she says on her return to the YT, she's not going to vlog. That's just not in the cards right now. So what is she going to do? Just pop up and make a couple live streams here and there? I don't get it. And then she changes it, doing, oh, I love vlogging, but no, I'm just not going to do that. Of course she's not going to do it because she's not getting paid. She doesn't want to put in any effort into not getting paid. But what she needs to do is she needs to put content onto her YT page, because then come August, when she can reapply for monetization, they can look at her channel and they can see what kind of content she's putting out, and that's going to give her a better chance of being remonetized. But she cannot grasp this concept. They want to see what you're going to do, because they don't want to give you your monetization back if you're just going to do the same thing and violate their TOS all over again. But she you know, we've over the years, there's so many clips of her. She will not do it for free. So, but she's insisting she's back on the YT. I don't get it. Then she starts talking about her hair. Someone asked her, doesn't her ponytail hurt her? She's got this high ponytail. It's way up here on her head, but it's very loose. And they started asking her about how she colored her hair and whatnot, and about going to the salon. And she says, well, even if I was to go to the salon, and if I couldn't fit in the chair, which I'm sure I couldn't, that's terrible, not being able to fit in a salon chair. She claims that they would find a way to accommodate her. They would, you know, maybe just put her on a chair with no arms or something. They'd figure something out. Then she decides to start advertising her cameos again. She has lowered the price because she claims she was getting so many cameos a day. That's when she jacked the price all the way up to $90 or whatever. And she did that in hopes that it would slow down the cameos instead of just closing it down. But she says she was still getting cameos at the $90. And I believe now she's at about $60 for cameos. So she thinks her time, another Gypsy Rose Blanchard, she thinks her, you know, a 60-second video is worth $1 a second. Ridiculous. But that's all her live was, basically. Just a bunch of talking. She talks about, like I said, her hair. And it's frizzy today, but she has to deal with it. She talks about cooking what you like, liking what you cook. She talks about early Madonna music. She loved it. She starts talking about Paradise. If it was closer, maybe she would go because, you know, she's in the Oklahomas. That's what she said. I'm in Oklahomas. And this is way into Vegas. But, you know, imagine being told your whole life that, you know, because of your body shape, that you are not attractive, and you go there and you are the preferred body type and you are beautiful, and she would love to go to Paradise. She starts talking about some Lego sets that she's working on. She hasn't purchased any new ones. Well, of course not. She has no money coming in. She's just talking about what she watches on TV, and she's talking about watching Bus and Tech Protect and getting fired from the LCU bus, and that's about it. Just a whole bunch of nonsense. She says she has to find her flow again since she's been off of the YT for so long. And then when she decides to end the live, she says, oh, well, how do I turn this off? You know, and doing all this. I forget. You know, she thinks, again, like I say, she thinks it's so cute to play this ditzy kind of slow kind of act. She thinks that's cute. But yeah. Like I said, I will give her credit for being the 21 pounds down in 2 weeks. That is amazing. And we shall see when the next time we'll see her on YT. I bet you we will not see her for a good month or so. Let me know your thoughts.